of how to solve simultaneous equation is graphing. So this is the third method, is graphing method. Okay, again, check, make sure that the question, you have read the question and whether they have told you which method you need to use, or you have to choose among these three. If you have to choose the one which you are confident and obviously you have mastered it and you are very less likely to make a mistake. You are looking for marks, so you don't want to lose marks. Okay, now because I don't have a graph paper, but it's going to be more of like estimation. Okay, so again, I'm going to use the same equation that we had, which is a past paper exam question for 5x plus 3y equals 8 and 3x minus y equals 9. Okay. Now, first you need to look at the, obviously label them. Okay, so 2, 1, 2. Okay, and in here you need to check what type of equations have you got. Okay, now each of these equations, you can see they are actually linear equations. Okay, they are equations of a straight line. Okay, how do we know? Because there is no a power, which is a degree of more than 1. So in here there are going to be 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, but we don't write this. So the power tells you what degree of equation you have, or what sort of equation you have. Sorry, not degree. These are degrees. So the degrees are these powers to which the equations are actually raised. If you had x squared, you know immediately it's going to be a quadratic because it's raised to power 2. So these are straight line equations. Therefore, you only need 2 points for each to draw a straight line. You don't need so many points at all. So you need to find the points. So they will only meet where x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, and this side is minus and this side is plus. This side is minus and that side is plus. So as you go up, so this is 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going down here is minus, minus, the same here, minus, minus, and this side plus, plus. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have a correct scale. The problem here is the scale. So how do we actually get the coordinates? So when you need 2, they will only meet when either y is 0 or x is 0. Okay, that's your clue there. Okay, so we take the first one. We need to draw the line of the first one. So first we're going to start with when y equals 0. So then I'm going to substitute this into here. I'm going to have 5x plus 3 times 0 equals 8. Okay, and then I've got 5x equals 8 because 3 times 0 is 0. Okay, and then I divide this side by 5. I divide this side by 5. So this cancels. So x equals 5 over 8. You can divide 5 into 8. It's going to be 1.6. Okay, so about 1.6. That's 5. 3 remainder. Yes, 1.6. So the first coordinate is going to be x is 1.6. Your y is 0. Okay, so that's the first point. You need coordinates points for the first point for equation 1. The next point, because you need 2 of these coordinates, you need these 2, is when actually x equals 0. Again, you substitute. So you're going to have 5 bracket times 0 because x is 0 plus 3y equals 8. So this is 0, so you have 3y equals 8. You divide by 3, you divide by 3, and then obviously this cancels. So you have y equals 8 divided by 3, which is going to give you 2.6 or something. That was 666, so it's 2.7. So roughly 2.7. Okay. So which means the next is going to be x is 0, y is 2.7. Okay. So that's equation for that's the coordinates for the first line, and we can draw that. Okay. We're going to do it roughly because we don't have proper graph paper. Right. So let's start. So when y is 0, okay, which is this one here, x is going to be a 2.7. So let's say here. So this is 0, 2.7. Okay. The next is when how we write it here. Sorry, this is y. Sorry. This is a mistake. Okay. This is a mistake. Okay. So when x is 0, y is 2.7. So it's that way here. So I say this one here. So at this point is 0, 2.7. And then when y is 0, okay, so that's 0, x is 1.6. So it's somewhere here. So let's say 1.6 is somewhere here. So this point is going to be 1.6, 0. Okay. So our straight line is going to cross there. Okay, sorry, it doesn't look like a straight line, but that's the way it will look like. Okay, so the straight line will actually connect these two points. Okay, so this line is 5x plus 3y equals 8. Okay, then we come up to the second line. Okay, we do the same. We need to find two points. Okay, so when x equals 0, it's that point there. So it's 3, 0 minus y equals 9. So that times that is going to be 0. So what we have here is going to be it's going to be minus y equals 9, which means y equals minus 9. So here is 0 minus 9. Okay, that's the first coordinate. The second is when actually y is 0. Okay, so when y equals 0, then it's going to be 3x minus 0 equals 9. 3x equals 9, x equals 3. So the next is going to be 0. Sorry, 3, 0. This coordinates is 3, then 0. Okay, right. So then we plot on the graph again, because we don't have graph paper. So let's see where to go. So when x is 0, y is minus 9. So somewhere here. Okay, so one point is here. That help us. Let's see. So this is 3. No, this is minus 9. This is 0 minus 9. Okay, and then when y is 0, so this one here, when y is 0, so y is 0, x is 3. So somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. So this here is 3, 0. Okay, so then we draw a line from there to connect these points. I'm not good at drawing lines on the board. I think I needed to use the ruler. Okay, but it's going to go that way. Okay, alright, so you can see, so this line is 3x minus y equals 9. Very important to label your graphs. Okay, so where will be the solution? The solution will be here where they have met. So you drop a line from here to where they have met. So that will give you X reading, okay? And then the next, you draw a line to your Y. So you read Y, okay? Read Y from here to there, and you read X from there to there. So based on the previous answers that we had, okay, obviously we should get exactly the same answer if you had the graph paper. But you have an idea of how we solve simultaneous equation using graphing method. Okay, so they are all, both of them, they are linear graphs. Therefore, you only need 2 points in order for you to draw a straight line graph. Okay, that's why it's called linear. Linear is a straight line. Okay, then you get the answers where they have all crosses. So you only have 2 answers, one for the value of X and the other one the value for Y. Okay, so I hope that helps, and that concludes our revision for solving simultaneous equations. Okay, in the next video we're going to look at solving quadratic equations. And again, it's a revision. We have gone through these already. The whole idea of these videos is just to help you to revise for the coming June exam so that you can do very well. Okay. If there's any question, then obviously when you come, we meet for tutorial, you can ask me, or you can actually send a message. Go to Examsolutionprovider.com. You'll find an email there. Tell me which video